We are back here at Secord Dam, flying over the auxiliary emergency spillway. We'll fly over to the primary spillways very soon. You can see over on the left-hand side, they're actually working on the bridge here at Secord Dam Road. We'll check out that a little bit later on at the end of the video as well. I think looks like they were doing some of the approaches and laying a new top layer of asphalt over the top of the bridge. We'll keep dropping in altitude, probably about 75 in altitude, 75 feet in altitude right here. Tittabawassee River is flowing through Secord Dam here and going down towards the south. So right now I'm flying and facing towards the northwest. See that water is all flowing through the emergency spillway. It's kind of interesting how different all 5 of the dams here are on the 4 lakes. Each one has a little bit different construction or reconstruction for this purpose than the other. You know, some are passing water through low-level outlets. This one is passing water through the emergency spillway. And right here we can see all that work that has been going on here at the primary emergency spillway, pouring a lot of those steps. We'll come over here on the right-hand side. This is used to be the old powerhouse, the brick structure at the top of the screen. And this will be the low-level outlet. So this will be what is used to pass the flows. Instead of flowing through the emergency spillway like it is right now, these low-level flows will flow through the low-level outlet, especially during the wintertime, so that there's not as much icing up over here on the primary spillway. You can see some of that rebar down there in those square cutouts. Those are for the baffle blocks. And then right here where that water is sitting in the center of the screen, that is for the sill. So it looks like they're getting pretty close to pouring those. That rebar has been in place for a little while here. Looks like they also have some scaffolding in place over on the left-hand side, pouring those new sister walls along the existing walls that were there. Come up here a little bit closer, and we'll also take a peek in the old powerhouse from top-down view. But again, a lot of these steps being poured. You can see the old front-facing structure of the old spillways here that are now gone. They went ahead and hammered these away with the mini excavator. You could have saw that in my last video when they were going ahead and removing the old primary spillways, but you can still see a little bit of the remnants of those, that half-moon circular structure there where that rebar is in place, ready to pour the next steps on top of here. Again, right over the top of the powerhouse, or the old powerhouse, you can see that circular structure in the bottom. That's where the old turbine used to sit. So that's no longer in there. That was removed a long time ago. Looks like they're reinforcing a little bit of stuff here, pouring some new concrete up here on the low-level outlet as well. This area is all dewater. You can see to the north on the other side of that sheet pile is where Secord Lake is at. And water here is pretty deep. I mean, you can kind of see by the elevation drop in front of the dam to behind the dam of this was one of the deepest lakes here. Definitely deeper than Edenville and Sanford Lake. Depends on what position you're looking at though. Getting over here on the left-hand side, more work on that low-level outlet. Right-hand side, work on the primary spillway. Going ahead and finishing pouring up those steps. After that's done, next step will be getting some of that prep work done, ready for the gates to be installed. So we'll drop from 400 feet in altitude in this view. 400 feet is the legal limit I'm able to fly to with the drone, so we always go up to that altitude and check out what things look like from a bird's point of view. As we drop in altitude though, I do want to mention that the state budget of Michigan actually allocated $9.8 million to the Four Lakes Task Force for the rebuilding of these dams, and it can be used for rebuilding of the dams, some restoration efforts, some stabilization efforts. So I think from what the Four Lakes Task Force put out this week, people can expect to see a reduction in their assessments, which I'm sure everyone will be super happy about, paying less money to get these lakes restored. Not sure exactly what that breaks down to, but it's almost $10 million. We'll see how much savings that actually is to the individuals that live along each of these 4 lakes. Kind of flying in reverse here. Usually I fly up the emergency spillway, but we'll go the opposite direction and see if I can fly down the emergency spillway. There was a lot of wind here, and counteracting that with the drone sometimes came to a standstill because of my stick movements actually matching that of the wind that was actually blowing up this emergency spillway. We'll drop in altitude though. You can see how much elevation that is dropping. Do want to point out there's always people asking me how do I go ahead and support the channel. I do this as a hobby. All the money I make off of YouTube gets funneled back into the channel. So if you want to go ahead and do that, there's links in the description down below. There's PayPal. There's a site called Coffee that you can buy me a drink or contribute to a tank of gas to help me get out to the dams and film these updates. Or also Patreon. My Patreon account, members get exclusive access to what I'm working on after I'm done flying out here at the dams. I usually post these pictures. So when you see breaks in this video, that's where I'm taking pictures around the site. And as soon as I'm done flying, I usually go home and post those directly on Patreon. So you get first look access into what is happening out here on the dams, as well as you can check out the live cameras though. There's 24/7 live cameras on all of the dams. Quite a few actually have multiple cameras on them. I do know this one here at Secord Dam is got a lot of bugs on it. Unfortunately, the camera is located right by a floodlight, and near the end of the summer, early fall, there are a ton of bugs that get all over this live camera. And I've contacted some people here to try to get out there and get it cleaned. But if you want the camera cleaned, go ahead and I'd say just email the 4 Lakes Task Force and tell them that you would like the camera on the live camera here at Secord Dam to be cleaned. It's quite a ways up there. You can see it right here in the middle of the screen at the top of that pole. We'll actually fly by it in a little bit while, but first we'll check out the job site here, the staging area, and as you can see, there is a ton of rebar everywhere. Looks like every different size and length, different diameter here, ready to go. Looks like the crane was hooked up to the basket, ready to either take some people or some materials over to an area on the dam. And we'll keep flying over here to the west, probably only about 25 feet in altitude here, checking out what they have here on the staging area. Again, just a lot of rebar from what I'm seeing. And over there on the right hand side, you can just see that live camera coming into view by this Connex box on this tall pole. That's the live camera that we're able to see the views here at Secord Dam. So yeah, hopefully we're able to get that cleaned really soon. Again, go ahead and email the 4 Lakes Task Force and ask them if they can have someone go out there. Probably wouldn't take long. Could have probably actually swung that basket over on the crane, and maybe someone from Fisher could have cleaned it off real quick. There's an electric company that could go out there and clean it for me as well. It's taller than needing an extension ladder though. You definitely need a boom truck to be able to get up there and reach it, and probably just needs a quick wiping off and it'd be good for another year. Staging area over here still looks like a lot more rebar as well. We'll fly over here to the right, a little bit further to the west, and this is where that mini concrete batch plant used to sit. You can still see some of the remnants of where it used to be sitting right here in the materials. They'd have some of that sand and concrete sitting here waiting to be mixed. I do believe this has been moved down to Sanford Dam. I'm not entirely sure if it's the exact same one, but if you check the last Sanford video, you can see a mini batch plant there. And I think they're using that for mixing the roller compacted concrete that they are going ahead and installing on Sanford Dam right now. It's like a lot of drainage culverts here in this area, so those need to go ahead and be placed yet. There's a lot staged here at Secord Dam, and again over here on the right hand side, quick peek at Secord Dam Road and the construction crews that are going ahead and working on this. Kind of interesting that they're hauling dirt in a little dump trailer. I'm surprised that they're not actually bringing this in a bigger dump truck to dump the sand where they're working here on the approach. Again, looks like some more rebar there in green. And then after, you can see on the right hand side that lane has already been finished. It's like they went ahead and just repaved the surface with some asphalt. So hopefully there won't be too much longer to finish the left-hand lane. It's down to one lane with just some alternating lights there in that position. Swing over facing back to the north, probably 100 feet in altitude here now. You can see Secord Lake in the background. some of our fall colors starting to come through here in Michigan. I want to thank everyone for watching and supporting the channel. If you have time, go ahead and click that like button below the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions and comments, make sure you leave those down below as well. I try to read every single one of those as well yet and try to answer any questions that people leave. Until the next one, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Also, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next videos I will be posting, and leave your questions, comments, and suggestions below. As always, I just want to give a massive thanks to the people who support me on Patreon. Never underestimate the value of your contribution to keeping this channel going. Thank you.